Namaste. Welcome. This is a big episode. This is the episode that concludes this series. The 56th video. I will be doing a summary video, but this is a big one. And I think I want to start today with a story about Bob. Bob is a friend. Bob is a man, cisgender man, who embodies this energy of the King of Pentacles. By profession is a contractor. And such a brilliant leader, capable of getting young people in the business to thrive and to develop skills, able to oversee a site and find a way to make harmony among many subcontractors and people that are involved. And when Bob comes home, his family is first. He supports in the kitchen, and on the weekends does even more. He's a man of the home, of home improvement, of love for his wife and family, and always took such pride in all of that, regardless of their circumstances, which varied. If you can hear my dog in the background, sorry, she's dreaming. From really navigated the journey of financial wealth. And in the end, hopefully very comfortable. The King of Pentacles really has it all. Has it all. And rightly so. This is the king of all of the elements. This is the King of Kings. The king who has mastered the four elements and possesses something and an inner knowing that, excuse me, none of the other kings do. This king is grand in every way. And whether they are a grandfather or a father, or without children, there's a deep respect for this energy. And if they are of a non-binary identification or female identification, again, tremendous respect and ability to command presence. And I've tried to bring to the table tonight a variety of cards, and I'm going to read from a couple of books to try to really get into the mood of this card. It may be seen as the 78th card in the tarot, with the Ten of Pentacles in some cases would take that position. It really depends on how you view the tarot, but this really is a card of having it all, with an ability to command. I think that word is just so deserved here. If you get this card in a reading, you have it all. You can lead your way through this. I do have a few decks where I do not like this card. It is so financially arrogant. It reminds me in a way of a Donald Trump kind of energy, and just, it's revolting. However, there is a warm and highly to be respected kind of energy that goes with this card. And the person who was named does not fit in this category. So let me look at this through the eyes of these cards and try to weave a bit of a story. And maybe I'll start way back here with the elephant. This grand beast. I have had connection with elephants. I have been fortunate to travel to India and go to elephant reserve and witness the care and the support that was given to elephants to get them back into the wild. Extraordinary experience. Because in India, elephants have been a part of parades, and they are taken into the temples to bless. And there really is a movement, even in India, to restore these mighty beasts to their peaceful state of being. And they really are extraordinary beings. Just their sheer size and weight. I have a lovely photo of my daughter, one of my daughters, being she's bowing her head, and then she's touched on her head by the trunk of an elephant at a temple in Madurai. It was a wonderful experience, and our day that we spent at the elephant reserve was equally humbling. And it takes I can't imagine being an animal of that power and dealing with humans on this earth. So what a great animal to represent the energy of Pentacles and the king of the jungle. Next to that is a grandfatherly figure in the tarot of the hidden realm, holding a young fae and being in her energy of magic and mystery and holding space for the reverence of this planet, and yet commanding the patriarchal energy of the family, the respect, the dignity that is theirs. And yet, at the same time, honoring this page. Now, I don't know how deep your study is with the tarot. In Golden Dawn correspondences, the kings belong in the second Sephira on the Tree of Life in Hokmah. They are connected to the element of fire. And there are other ways to look at this. And there are some tarologists who place the kings in Malkut, energy of earth, and possessing the command of the material world. And either way you look at this, I can make arguments for either direction of this. This is a presence to feel safe in, to deeply respect, and of course there may even be a fear in this presence, depending on the situation. But in a higher frequency, this presence is one of warmth, element of fire, safety, an energy that is very close to one of being awakened through a lifetime of living life. And let's not forget the kings, that are often called the masters of the suits, have lived through an abundance of experiences, and therefore know, they know what's going on here. The circular deck is Mother Peace Tarot. We have a shaman here. The kings in this deck are called the shaman of the suit. And so there is a power and a presence and a medicine that is associated here. In the herb crafter, this is the curandera. So this is the most experienced medicine person of the community. And here the curandera weaves sweetgrass. And this is such a beautiful way to, just the braiding itself is such a powerful symbol. And I don't know how many of you have read Braiding Sweetgrass. It's an amazing book. Just see if there's a couple words I want to share from Herb Crafter for you. The curandera of earth knows that when we share the sweetness of life with another, all may thrive. So one of the things here is a lack of ego. A lack of ego. There is a wanting to connect. They bring attention to the rich bounty that nature provides. They visit their garden and the wild places often and share their knowledge freely with people. Sweetgrass grows in community with other prairie land plants. In Braiding Sweetgrass, the novel I just mentioned, by Robin Wall Kimmerer, she says, sweetgrass flourishes when it is harvested and declines when it is not. So often one of the questions in the tarot is, what's the difference between the queens and the kings? And I think, in an essence, the queens set a scene for the element to thrive, and then the kings do something with it. They do something with that abundance of energy. Top right is Pagan Otherworlds. The court cards in this deck are just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Presence, right? This is a commanding presence. And here is Primordial Tarot. I mean, this king is so stately. And I mentioned in the Queen video that with the energy of Pentacles, there is a kapha energy, in that kapha energy refers to the doshas of Ayurveda. This is an energy that is comfortable in the physical body, and with comfort in the physical body there tends to be a larger physical body, and that body commands a presence and it holds space. And I think of the king over here in the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. This king, like the queen, has arms for the grandchildren, for others. They have space for other beings. The King of Pentacles and the beautiful rebellion. You have no doubt here who presides. The strength of this being. We have the opulent fabrics, the golds, the reds, the silk. The energy is one of richness and comfort and respect. And this is very interesting contrast. This is Tarot 23 by Midnight Tarot. All of the decks will be linked down below in the description shortly after the live broadcast. And, I have a lot of Tarot de Marseille style decks, older decks, and I love the attitude in this card. There is an opulence in the fabric, the coin. This figure commands a presence. There's a comfort in their seat. They know how to land. They know how to ground. They are saying here, I am the King of Pentacles. I am the King of Kings. This is from Tarot of the Abyss. And I mentioned in the Queen episode how Anatolian weaves in a story with each court family here. And I want you to look in the background at the mountains and the grandeur of the mountains, the weight, the sheer size of the mountains. And this king is one of density and weight and presence. There is no doubting that this king is here and grounded. They walk with a certain, they own the space that they are in. And the other card I had on the table is from Tarot of the Divine. And this is a bit of a difficult myth to swallow. But if you have done any work with the turtle in terms of its association with the 13 lunar cycles and the connection to the earth itself, the world, the representation of the whole world. And this is such a great card to represent the all that we have and all that we are. And when I look at all these kings, there's such a sense of allness. They own the space that they are in. They command a presence and a dignity, and there is no doubt who is going to guide you through in this land, in this space. It's heavy, it's rich, it's powerful, and it is so deserving of a respect. And then I go, okay, well, scratch that. There are a few decks that don't do this well, and they paint the king in a place of obsession with this material world. And I think when we get to the energy of the king, we have overcome so much that we would have to be in a pretty desperate place to be in that space. And I mentioned a name earlier in the video, and I think that perhaps that figure had at one time the potential to ascend to some incredible greatness, and unfortunately took a wrong turn somewhere along the way. And these are cards of the pure potential of that suit, the greatness of that suit. Yeah. And I don't know how I would pick 5 from here, because each of these commands a undeniable presence. And so perhaps I will tonight just simply name each of these decks, because I don't think it's worthy of paring them down, because in their own way each is a powerhouse and a commander, and they're all just extraordinary cards. So let me zoom out and I will rename them in case you're not sure. Tarot of the Hidden Realm, White Sage Tarot, Tarot of the Divine, Tarot of the Abyss, Herb Crafter's Tarot, Beautiful Rebellion, Primordial, Pagan Otherworlds, Mother Peace, and Tarot Key 23. And each of these decks I will link below very soon. Okay, so you can, if you're not familiar, you can find a connection for them. Yeah. So a really, really powerful card. And what a fitting energy to close this series with. It's like this energy gathers in so much. And I think it's well deserving of this final position. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Take good care. Namaste.